Hi guys, welcome to another audio video elaborating Song of Solomon 8 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, "Oh that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother. When I should find thee without, I would kiss thee, yea, I should not be despised. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house. Who would instruct me? I would cause thee to drink of spiced wine, of the juice of my pomegranate. His left hand should be under my head, and his right hand should embrace me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up, nor wake my love until he please. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth. There she brought thee forth that bare thee. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For my love is strong as death, jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contemned. We have a little sister, and she hath no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for? If she be a wall, we will build upon her a palace of silver, and if she be a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Ammon. He let out the vineyard unto keepers. Every one for the fruit thereof was to bring 1,000 pieces of silver. My vineyard which is mine is before me. Thou, O Solomon, must have 1,000, and those that keep the fruit thereof 200. Thou that dwellest in the gardens, the companions hearken to thy voice. Cause me to hear it. Make haste, my beloved, and be thou like to a roe, or to a young hart upon the mountains of spices. Okay guys, so in this chapter we see a few things being mentioned. The one I want to draw on here is basically that sibling love and sibling affection, where it is said that firstly, in the first verse, right? It was said that, "Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother." There is that sibling, that suggestion to sibling, not rivalry per se, but sibling love, and acknowledging that we want to actually incorporate siblings here, right? And familial love, familial understanding, familial dealings. And in this we see where he says that he tries to basically compare his brother suckling on his mother's breast, right, to his beloved. And he's saying, I would kiss thee, and I won't be despised. I will not be despised. You will like it. Okay? And he would lead her to, how am I saying he lead her? She lead him to her mother's house, right? And they would actually embrace, and she would actually instruct him to, he would actually instruct him to take wine, right, of their vineyard, of what was from their vineyard, the pomegranates that they had. So all that they were basically grooming. So basically, he would have a look or a foretaste of what was actually being cultivated, right? And not only that, but going down further where it says that if my sister is to be, my sister right now is without breast, she's there and she's in her early stages, she's not yet matured and she's not yet spoken for. But if the day should come where she should be spoken for, and if it is that she is a wall, right, she is a wall, being that she's well built, then they will actually build. What am I saying? She's well built. Not well built. She is basically, yeah, well built. Then she would actually build a city, a palace of silver, meaning he would adorn her, right, in glory. But if it is now that it was that her sister was like a door, then they would actually protect her, basically put boards around her. The boards of cedar, they'd actually put an edge of protection around her so that she'd basically be protected from invaders. So no one would just easily come to her and to basically I don't want to say that because that seems, but no one would actually impose themselves on her, if y'all get what I'm saying. Okay, so she's saying that she herself is a wall, and she's a wall, but her breasts are very voluptuous. Let's say that, right? And so her beloved she has found favor in her beloved eyes, because even though she's a wall, she has very voluptuous breasts that would actually please her husband. And we see that she is thinking not only of herself right here, but also of her sibling. And that's why I wanted to draw on that sibling love. The fact that there are many indications and reference to siblings here in this chapter. And not only just siblings, but familial ties are being referred here, even with the mother, right? Yes, guys. So that's basically what I want to draw from this. The familial ties being mentioned, and also the fact that this woman is thinking of her familial ties, her sister in particular, a sibling at this point in time. And also it was mentioned of the brother also that would suckle on the mother's breast. So yes, those. So that kind of gives that kind of urges you, not urge, that shows you that she has strong ties with her family, okay? And that's where her strength comes from, because as you saw in the previous chapters, it was said that basically she is a virgin. She's pure. She know of nothing. She's pure. And so because of her relationship with her family, and even the verse that speaks about her building a wall around the door, if her sister was a door, to protect her, that shows that she is familiar with that upbringing as well. She knows what to do in that situation, because it was already, it was something that was imparted on her. It was knowledge that was passed on to her by her family. And so she went through this, and that's the reason why she was able to remain pure. Also, this was where her strength came from, so that she'd remain grounded, right? And so that's just, I pointed this out to say to everyone, we all need familial ties. We all need that help in hand, you know, or family, to basically build up a hedge of protection around us. Yes, God builds up a edge of protection around us to protect us from spiritual attacks, right? And we also need our family to help us, though, and to build up a wall of protection around us, where it relates to physical battles and where it relates to physical occurrences. And that's what I wanted to actually point out here in this scripture. I know it's not per se what the whole topic of the scripture is about, but that's what I wanted to point out to you from this scripture. Okay, all right, guys. So Solomon, as we know, Solomon is a man that is the wisest man that ever lived and that would ever live. And so the fact that he's telling us this, he's not just telling us this for us to say, oh, you know, there's this love and so and so. No, that's not it. He wants to impart some of his knowledge upon us, and it's for us to ask God to help us to actually gain whatever knowledge was being passed on through this scripture. Okay, all right, guys. So I'm gonna leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There is no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.